And welcome into CBS Sports HQ, a very special hour where we will be revealing the teams and the lineups for the inaugural HBCU All-Star Game going down Sunday, April 3rd in New Orleans. I am Amanda Guerra alongside HBCU All-Stars LLC founder and CEO Travis Williams is here with us. Also, longtime head coach Cy Alexander, who spent 39 years coaching at 4 historically black colleges and universities. And we are very pleased to be welcomed by a dear friend, NBA champ, and Coach of the Year, Avery Johnson, who spent part of his college experience at Southern University. Love seeing that smile, Coach. Travis, I want to start with you, and Coach, you can follow just how you came up with the All-Star Game.
Well, first of all, it's 3 years in the making. When it's a God-driven vision, God is ordering our steps for this vision. And so we're really excited. It was scheduled to start in 2020 at Morehouse College. And of course, you know, the pandemic hit. And then again, when the NCAA tournament in Indianapolis, we circled back with our CBS sports partners, but there was a lot of restrictions that were put in place. So we decided to focus on the inaugural one, which is approximately about 20 days from now in the great city of New Orleans. So we're excited about that. And so to get an opportunity to be in this space and celebrate the best in black college basketball, we're truly, truly excited.
Coach, how excited are you?
I tell you what, extremely excited. First of all, it was an honor to have been asked by Mr. Williams to be a part of this historic event, letting the best 24 HBCU players showcase their talents. So we're super excited. We've worked very hard to put the best 24 players on the court.
And we're going to reveal them coming up in just a few minutes. I know they're all excited about it. Avery, I'm curious, as somebody who attended an HBCU, and you and I talk all the time, this is something that has never come up in conversation for us, how that formed your experience and why you feel this game is so important.
Well, my HBCU experience, Amanda, at Southern University basically shaped my character, my competitive spirit, academically. You know, I graduated, my family, one of the first to graduate from college in my family, and obviously went on to a 16-year NBA career, coached in the NBA and played and coached also in college. But it all started with the foundation that was laid at Southern University with my coach and legend, Coach Ben Jobe, and I know we're going to talk about him in a second. But and to have this first HBCU All-Star Game in my hometown of New Orleans, all of these things coming together, I'm just so honored to be here, to be a part of it, and also be a part of the TV with my buddy Clark Kellogg, and just be able to broadcast and showcase these wonderful 24 HBCU All-Stars. So thank you, Travis, Coach Williams. Thank you for allowing me, Coach Alexander, thank you for allowing me to be a part of it.
You know, this is the light at the end of the tunnel for Avery because he's doing a lot of work this year. He's going to be looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
So this year, speaking of the NCAA tournament, there are 2 HBCU teams in the tournament. We have Norfolk State and Texas Southern. All of you, and Coach Alexander, I want to start with you. Talk to us about the talent we have seen from these HBCU teams and players this season.
I tell you what, speaking of Norfolk State University, had a record of 24-6. Won the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Texas Southern is representing the SWAC conference in the NCAA tournament. A lot of great talent. I got a chance to see a lot of really great basketball players play this year from the Division II level in the CIAA and the SIAC and the MEAC and the SWAC. Just great talent throughout the year that was shown during the season.
Travis, how hard was it, though, picking these rosters from all that talent? I mean, these are some talented guys.
You know, it's interesting. We call it the war room, you know. So for the past 3 months, we meet every Sunday night. And so we have a watch list that started with 60 players. Dick Barnett, point guard. Bobby Dandridge, small forward. Earl the Pearl, shooting guards. Bobby Dandridge, small forwards. Ben Wallace, power forwards. And Rick Mahorn, centers. And so we have an unbelievable HBCU national scouting staff with close to 200 years of experience. You know, you mentioned Coach has 40-some years of experience, but we have an unbelievable national scouting staff that we meet every week, and we recognize our player and our team of the weeks. And it's at this point now, it's a tough process, but we feel real confident about it.
I'm a little bit disappointed because This wasn't around in 1988, the HBCU All-Star Game. If this HBCU All-Star Game was around, maybe I would have gotten drafted in the first round instead of going undrafted. So, Travis, I'm a little bit disappointed, but yet I'm excited because I know it's all about exposure. And right now, especially in the social media age, we want to also give these HBCU players a platform where more NBA scouts can come out and evaluate them. And what a better stage to do it at the HBCU All-Star Game in New Orleans.
Avery, I feel like your career turned out okay. I really do. But it would have been nice to see you play in that game had it been around during that time. Okay, so HBCU, the All-Stars, is announcing some awards that you guys have. Here is the list there. We get Kyle Foster, their Division I Player of the Year, Jalen Seegers, their Division II Player of the Year, Robert Jones, Division I Coach of the Year. And Avery, I want to start with you here. You mentioned the historic Ben Jobe. That is who this award is named after. And Avery, this was your coach.
Yeah, this was my coach. And more than just my coach, he was an incredible man. Ben Jobe just showed so much confidence into me and the rest of my teammates. He was a very classy man. He was always clean. A lot of times people give Pat Riley credit because of the way he dressed when he coached the Lakers or Miami or the Knicks. But Coach Jobe was a very fashionable, classy, well-rounded coach. He was very offensive-minded. It was always about scoring now. He wanted us to play fast. And we were one of the top scoring teams in the nation. Obviously, my record still stands today, 13.3 assists in one season. That record has not been broken. But a lot of that was due to Coach Jobe. Congratulations to all of the award winners, specifically Coach Robert Jones, and also congratulations to Coach Johnny Jones from Texas Southern University, who I'm going to be covering here in Dayton on tomorrow night.
All the HBCU coaches, this opportunity to get the exposure that they're going to be getting because of CBS, you can't put a measuring stick on it. I got to know Coach Jobe when I was a head coach at South Carolina State, and he was a former assistant at the University of South Carolina. It just as Coach Johnson just said, it was just beyond his years as far as fast break basketball was concerned. So again, kudos to Ben Jobe in being having this award being named after him or what have you.
Absolutely. Avery, thank you so much for joining us. I know you got about 10 games to call in the next week, so you keep that voice safe for April 3rd. We'll see you then, Avery Johnson. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, it is time to reveal the teams and the rosters for this year's first ever HBCU All-Star Game. And we're going to start with Team John McClendon. Now, before we get to the players, I know everybody's very anxious about that. There they are. But I want to talk about the name, Travis, because you're picking these teams' names very specifically. Tell us about Coach McClendon.
Coach McClendon, it's unbelievable, just his career, his legacy, I had a chance to really walk by the trophy case at Tennessee State University every day, Coach, as you know, from Coach McClendon being the legendary coach at Tennessee State, and just his history, his impact on the game, and us having an opportunity to really show some love for the legendary, John McClendon, and just showing his impact from just the whole inception of the game and stuff. So we're really excited about that and just the impact on student athletes and all the coaches that came through.
All right, we want to give these guys some loves here, so I'm going to read out their names. We have Cam Langley, North Carolina, A&T State University, Brandon Miller, Miles College, Kyle Foster, Howard University, Trey DeLoach, Savannah State University, Miles Carter, Delaware State University, Randy Miller, North Carolina Central University, Taj Green, Benedict College, Noah Morgan, Morehouse College, Randall Brumont, Howard University, Daquan Williams, South Carolina State University, Jaquan Lawrence, Lemoyne Owen College, and Najee Garvin, Hampton University. Those are the guys that make up Team John McClendon. Coach, what stands out to you among this roster?
I tell you what, a lot of athleticism on these 12 young men. Taj Green was the player of the year in the SIAC. Jaquan Lawrence was the defensive player in the SIAC. Cam Langley had over 900 assists doing his, that's a lot of passing the basketball, doing his career at North Carolina A&T. You're going to see Kyle Foster shooting over 46% from the three-point line. So there's a lot of talent on the team, John McClain.
And absolutely, and Avery pointed out, look, we want these scouts to be there to watch these guys. Let's go to Team Clarence Big House Gaines. Travis, talk to us about why you decided to name this team after Coach Gaines.
Coach Gaines, Earl to Pearl Monroe, Winston-Salem State University, history, legacy, one of the best coaches to ever put on a uniform, and more importantly, his impact with our coaching community today, impact on coaches' lives. So it's just really important to recognize these historical figures that have been a part of our game, a part of our lives in the great game of basketball. So we're really excited to be able to name this the Clarence Big House Games. That name means a lot in our coaching community.
It's a big name. Let's go to the roster for Team Coach Clarence Big House Games. You have Jonas James from Jackson State, Jalen Seegers, Fayetteville State University, Javante Cook, Winston-Salem State University, Kasim Nicholson, Tennessee State University, Jordan Peebles, Virginia Union University, Prince Moss, Grambling State University, Linnell Henry, Alcorn State University, Darian DJ Jones, Florida A&M University, Navarre Elmore, Livingstone College, and Bryson Gresham, Texas Southern University. Coach, same question here. Tell us about this roster.
Navarre Elmore, big-time athlete, averaged 4.5 blocks a game. Jalen Seegers can score all over the court, many different ways. One of the good things that I credit our scouting staff, of the 24 players, 15 made all-conference, or either player of the year or defensive player of the year, first team all-conference, second team all-conference. So the young men that were working with us did a tremendous job in scouting the best quality that we could put in this basketball game.
You called it the war room. It wasn't easy to narrow it down to these guys there. All right, so those are the rosters. Keep it right here on CBS Sports HQ. We are not done yet. Coming up, we're going to talk to a couple of the players on these teams, what it is like for them. And welcome back into CBS Sports HQ. Amanda Guerra, Travis L. Williams, and Coach Cy Alexander here. We have had a history-making day. We just revealed the rosters for the first ever HBCU All-Stars game going down the weekend of the Final Four in New Orleans. Taking a look at the roster for Team John McClendon. Each team named after historical figures in HBCU basketball history. 12 players. We are lucky enough to be joined by two of them momentarily. We have Kyle Foster from Howard University, named HBCU All-Stars Division I Player of the Year this past season. One of the nation's top three-point shooters, joined the exclusive 1,000-point club last month. Also, Taj Green named SEAC Player of the Year, averaging 14.8 points per game this season, 38 blocks, 19 steals, and helped Benedict to a 21-6 overall record. We are very pleased to welcome in Kyle Foster and Taj Green here to CBS Sports HQ. Kyle, I want to start with you, and Taj, you can follow right after him. Kyle, what did it mean to you to be named to the inaugural HBCU All-Star Game?
It's an honor. Honestly, my whole life has been the struggle to try to gain recognition. So to be, in the inaugural version of this is a blessing.
Yeah, just like he said, it's a blessing. It's an honor, to be named out of the 24 players because, us HBCU players, we don't get much shine. So, with this, shout out to Coach Williams,
Kyle and Taj, congratulations to you both. You well-deserving. I got a question for both of you guys. First for you, Kyle. What is your takeaway from participating at an HBCU for 4 years? What's the thing that you're going to take away from having chosen Howard University, where I coached at for 11 years? What's the biggest thing you're going to take away from your experience at Howard University?
I think the biggest thing I'll take away is probably my culture and just being able to be myself. Like I never had to change up who I was to get where I am. So I think that's probably the biggest thing I'll take away from this.
Very good. And Taj, the same question for you. Attending Benedict College, I know a lot about it. I coached at South Carolina State University for 16 years, so Benedict was right up the road in Columbia. What's your biggest takeaway from having attended Benedict College?
The biggest takeaway, I'm going to say, is the family vibe that Benedict have. Like, no matter when we go to war, they go to war with us. Like, we one big family. We win, lose, they got our back. And it just, that'd be the biggest takeaway.
Hello, Kyle. Hello, Taj. You guys saw me on the road watching you guys so much this season. The first ever HBCU All-Star Game, a part of your legacy. We have young kids that are aspiring to attend HBCUs. What does this mean to you, being a part of the first ever HBCU All-Star Game during Final Four weekend?
Like I said already, it means a lot, man. And for the kids coming up, I hope they can see that HBCU is not a downfall from any other program. Like, it's still opportunities to gain just the same recognition as anywhere else.
Thank you, Kyle. What about you, Todd?
Yeah, just like how Kyle said, just to the young ones, go to a HBCU, enjoy the experience, because you never know where HBCU you might end up at, the opportunities you have at a HBCU, and then making it out of a HBCU is major, because like I said, a lot of athletes really don't make it out of HBCU because we don't get that much shine and notice.
Well, you're going to get a lot of shine and notice on April 3rd. We can guarantee you that.
Yes. No doubt.
Kyle and Taj, thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to watch you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so you're going to be able to watch both of those guys there on Team John McClendon. And you guys picked the date for a specific reason as why. Why is that?
Well, the date is important. It's one day before the men's national championship game, so there's nothing else that's going on. It's all about our HBCUs. It's about our community. It's about giving back to that New Orleans and community, the inaugural season, having everybody from that community and being able to pour back into the community. It's the HBCU All-Star Game is important, but we think being able to spotlight with our CBS Sports partner, and I must say this, amazing partners, because we've been in it from day one, the sharing in the vision, and so we're excited. Prime time CBS television network. 4 p.m. Eastern time, you can't get any better than that one day before the men's national championship.
It's going to be fantastic. You picked a great city, by the way. You really did. Maybe time paid off with that pandemic we had. All right, guys, let's go to Team Clarence Big House Games. You can see the roster there, including a couple of guys who can actually already call themselves champion, one who's going to be headed to the NCAA tournament. Did you decide if this particular team, if Texas Southern makes it pretty far, what's going to happen? Is he still going to be able to play in the game?
Well, we, as Coach Robert Jones says, as Coach Johnny Jones says, we want our HBCUs to go as far as possible. You know what I'm saying? Ideally for us, we want them playing in the national championship.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're pushing for. So we're pushing for it, but at the same time, we want to participate in this HBCU All-Star Game and be a little selfish on that side.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, let's talk about one of those guys who's going to be playing in the NCAA tournament, and hopefully with you guys as well. Maybe they can do both. Bryson Gresham will be playing tomorrow for Texas Southern in the NCAA tournament, helping to lead his team all season, ultimately claim the SWAC tournament championship. I asked Coach Alexander here on set, I said, how would you describe Bryson? He said, an intimidating force in the middle. Is that what you said, Coach?
I tell you what, he gets it done. An intimidating force, going after every block shot. Doesn't score a lot, but plays within himself. But you need a guy like that that's going to rebound and be an intimidating force on the inside.
We love that intensity. Let's talk to him now. We have Bryson Gresham joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. Congratulations. Bryson, I'll start with you, and I know these guys have a lot of questions to ask you. How much does it mean to you to be a part of this historic game?
How y'all doing, first of all?
Good.
How you doing?
Good.
I'm doing good. And I just wanted to say it means a lot, just knowing that I'm going to be playing in my hometown in front of my home crowd. Like, I've been away from home for 6 years now. And I think it's going to be amazing, to see some of my old high school teammates, some of my family members to watch me play again.
Well, Bryson, congratulations for being chosen for this game. Make sure you get all your family and friends out at the game now.
Oh, no, they're going to be there for sure. They're going to be there.
I want to ask you the same question that I was able to ask Kyle and Taj. What is your biggest takeaway from having chosen Texas Southern as an HBCU? What's your biggest takeaway from attending a historically black college and university, besides the basketball factor?
My biggest takeaway of attending Texas Southern, I'll say the people that I've met. just like the people that I've encountered, knowing that they came from like the certain circumstances that I came from as a child, and seeing them to be able to be achieving the things that they're achieving at this level, on a college level, I just think it's amazing. I think a lot of young kids need to see that nowadays.
Hey, Bryson, how you doing? This is Coach Travis. I got a chance to see you about a week or so ago, man, and got a chance to see you, at the SWAC tournament. Just your energy, just your passion, and just your respect for the game. This is an opportunity, first ever HBCU All-Star Game. This is going to be a part of your legacy, man. You're part of history, Just tell us what this means for you and your legacy and our young kids that are looking up to you.
It means a lot. All I can say is it means a lot. I feel like I'm blessed, man, just knowing like I'm going to be a part of the first All-Star Game, because you don't really see things like this going on in the Black community all the time. So I say I'm blessed and I'm honored.
Bryson, while we have you here, I got to talk to you about what's going down tomorrow. You guys kick off the first four there, taking on Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Talk to us about what we can expect. We normally don't get to talk to players this close to the tournament, so pump us up for your game tomorrow.
We're going to play hard for sure. We're going to play hard. Y'all going to see a team that's really playing hard and competing for sure. That's one thing I can guarantee.
Well, good luck. Thank you so much for talking to us. We appreciate it. Can't wait to watch you play tomorrow, hopefully moving forward from that, and then on April 3rd.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. So CBS Sports HBCU All-Stars LLC will present the very first HBCU All-Star Game, the college basketball showcase featuring the best HBCU players in the country. Sunday, a Final Four weekend. Mark it on your calendars, April 3rd, 4 Eastern in New Orleans. Well, Travis L. Williams, Cy Alexander, Coach Cy Alexander. Can you show off the bling, by the way? This has been catching my eye this whole time over there.
I've got 6 of them, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Just one of them.
Yeah.
Just one of them right there. We appreciate it. Any final words? We cannot wait to watch you on Sunday, April 3rd.
No, we're just excited. We're thankful for our CBS Sports partners for making this happen, making a very important investment in our HBCUs and our community. And this is important. It's important for our culture. It's an important opportunity for us to celebrate our Black history, Black excellence, Black culture experiences. So we're excited. And to get an opportunity to impact, an important opportunity to impact these young men's lives, as well as provide this opportunity and platform for our coaches as well.
I just want to thank Mr. Travis Williams for having the vision, as he talks about a God-driven vision. This young man has done an excellent job in putting this whole thing together, and the opportunity to work with CBS has been unforgettable for me.
Well, I know you guys have a couple busy weeks ahead. You've already had a couple busy 2 or 3 years putting this together. It is finally coming together. Keep it right here on CBS Sports HQ. More after this. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.